Hi, my name is Carrie Rasmussen, and I'm a student at Nova Southeastern University in their Doctor of Occupational Therapy program. I'm creating this video for the course OTD8272, Interventions to Children and Youth. Today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about food and liquid progression. Typically, items are broken down into one of four categories based on viscosity. These categories include thin, nectar-like, honey-like, and spoon-thick. Items that are thin include things like water, tea, coffee. They have a centipoise of between 1 and 50. It's very liquidy. The next is nectar-like. This has a centipoise of between 51 and 350. This includes things like creamy soups and tomato juice, which is what this is. As you can see, the tomato juice is thicker than the one before as it runs down the spoon. It still moves relatively quickly, but it does not move as quickly as thin items. Next is honey-like. This demonstration we're going to use yogurt. These have a centipoise of between 351 and 1750. These items are much thicker, but they're still very smooth and still a little bit liquidy. And the final is spoon thick, and these are items that have a centipoise of greater than 1750. This includes things like mayonnaise and oatmeal. So as you can see, the mayonnaise, it doesn't really run, it just kind of plops. So there's not really a runny, liquidy viscosity like you saw in the other ones. Items that fall into the spoon-thick category, such as oatmeal, can have consistencies that are lumpy, thick, or pasty. This will require more oral motor strength than something like yogurt, which falls into the honey-like category. Surprisingly, thin liquid like water from an open cup can be one of the most difficult things to control in the mouth and pharynx during swallowing. Thickened liquid is sometimes easier to control with the lips and the tongue, and it moves more slowly in the mouth, which allows for more time to organize a bolus for effective swallowing. The National Dysphagia Diet, or NDD, consists of 4 levels. The first, NDD Level 1, consists of items that are pureed, homogeneous, and very cohesive. These items have a pudding-like consistency and require very little chewing ability. The next level, NDD 2, is mechanically altered. These are cohesive, moist, semi-solid foods that require some chewing, but not a lot. The third level is advanced, and these include soft foods that require more chewing ability. And the fourth level is no restrictions. So items in the first level of the NDD, as we said, were like pureed, homogeneous, things like pudding or yogurt. Oftentimes you'll see things like pureed fruits like baby food. So this is always a good option when you're working on feeding. As we move into something like an NDD Level 2, cookies are kind of hard to chew, but it's appropriate for this level if you take a cookie and you either let it soak in milk if it's a hard cookie, or if it's a soft cookie, you dunk it in milk, which is what I've done here. And as you pick it up, you can see it's very smushy, and it'll just kind of fall apart in the mouth and require very little chewing. And the NDD Level 3, you can actually have all desserts in this category, except for things that are really dry and chewy, and you want to avoid things that have nuts and seeds or dried fruit, and then coconut and pineapples you can't have because those fruits are a little bit harder to chew.